Hey guys, happy Monday. Got a brand new video for y'all. So for Mondays this month, we're gonna focus on workshopping different poses and postures within our practice that have a lot going on behind the scenes and helping to empower you so that you can protect yourself, you can properly engage your muscles and feel like you can come into this pose safely and with a little more strength maybe than you thought you had before. So today we're going to look at our Chaturanga. And I know for me personally, I hated doing a Chaturanga, doing a Vinyasa. When I first started, I felt like I had no upper body strength. I couldn't do it properly. It kind of hurt. It was weird, but I just rolled with it and thought, this is my Chaturanga. And when I got to my teacher training, I found out the particular way I was doing it and I was going into my Chaturanga could have eventually down the road led to a serious shoulder injury. We don't want that, right? We come to our mat and we do this physical practice in order to maintain our bodies, to take care of this machine so that later on down the road, when we're 80, we can pick up our grandkids and get up off the floor and do all of the things we enjoy doing now, right? So, in order to do that, we have to practice safely. We have to be intentional and have integrity when we come into poses. So, today, as we go over our Chaturanga, I'll show you how to modify, how to properly engage, and how to use props to your benefit so that you feel empowered to tackle that pose, to get into it and maybe change it up so it feels a little bit better in your body than maybe it did before. Cool. So the props I have, as always in the past couple videos, I've got blocks, but I will say differently today, if you can, grab books, and I say that because we're going to be putting a little bit of weight, not a lot, but a little bit, mostly for support, of our shoulders onto the prop, and that might not feel so hot with a metal can on your shoulder. So if you can, grab books or a stack of books that are about yay high, I would say 4 to 5 inches. Not great with math, so we're gonna say 4 to 5 inches, about this tall. Grab 2 of them, and then we're going to start off in our tabletop pose. So take your props to the top of your mat, about shoulder distance apart. And as you come to hands and knees, shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees. And right away, I want you to pause. Draw attention to what your body is doing right now. Don't change anything, honor code. You don't have to be perfect right now. This is about being aware, right? So you might notice that your elbows are splaying out as if you're pushing them towards either wall. Maybe all your weight's back in your wrist. More than likely, this is so because this feels like a strong bone, right? You think this is where the weight should go to support myself. It's not the case. No. We have a lot of really fine, small muscles and tendons and arteries that come through our wrists. By doing that, we're pinching nerves. We're putting way too much pressure and allowing our bodies to get used to doing that by coming into this leads to injury because we're not strengthening our arms. We're not properly engaging. We're just dumping and leaving it all there. So, if you're here, if your weight's back in your wrist and your elbows out, let's start to modify that lovingly. No wrong here, right? We're just helping ourselves to be safe. So, as you're in your tabletop, right away we're going to work from fingers all the way up our arms. So draw your attention to your fingertips. And I want you to start to squeeze the mat. So imagine digging your claws in. As you do this, your middle knuckles will start to lift. And instantly, maybe you notice that you've got a little bit of weight coming out of those wrists. You can keep weight right here in the meaty part of your thumb and your fingertips. It's really where you want to dig in, where you want to feel that connection to the earth. Awesome, so as we're gripping our mat, the next step is to squeeze our elbows in. And you probably hear this cue 1,000 times in class. Maybe that resonates, maybe you have no idea what the hell that means. I'm going to teach you what it means, cool? So as you're gripping your mat, I want you to imagine you're opening a really, really tight mason jar. You've got that jar of spaghetti, you're having a little spaghetti and wine night, you're annoyed it won't open, you're frustrated, you're about to throw it and just say whatever. Stick with it, keep gripping, keep twisting, cool? So as we're here, we're gripping and twisting. I want you to notice that your elbows start to pull in. And as you do this, I want you to imagine you have lights right here in the eye of your elbow at this hinge joint in our arm. And we want those lights to shine forward in front of you. So as you're twisting in, you twist. Elbows come in. You pulled your elbows in. You did it. Cool. Maybe you've never done that before. Maybe you're like, cool, I've done this 1,000 times. Let's keep working our way up. So as we're gripping and twisting, you might start to notice this chain effect coming up your arm, right? All of these muscles are starting to light up or starting to do a little something. So let's keep it moving. Gripping and twisting. Moving up to the shoulder now, I want you to think about creating length in your spine. So imagine you're in a turtle shell. Maybe your shoulders are pulled up to your ears. You're just kind of hanging here and collapsed in, right? Think about having integrity. I want you to be intentional in this pose. So imagine a string at the crown of your head as you're gripping and twisting. Start to come out of your shoulders. Lengthen your spine. This should feel really good, right? It feels just right. Like coming into this pose is maybe different, but it feels good. And as you're gripping and twisting, your shoulder blades, the head of your shoulders, start to roll backwards. So you've got this really gorgeous length in your neck and collarbones. Everything is open and protected and engaged. So hang here for a moment. Just see how this feels in your body. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's just a little bit tweaked, but just sit with this for a couple breaths. You should really start to feel your triceps in the back of your arms lighting up. Just waking up a little bit as you grip and claw into the mat. Awesome. So come out of that for a moment. Sit back on your heels. As we start to move into this next part, let's take a moment to really bring awareness to our chest. So take your hands to your low back, interlace your fingers. And I want you to start to press your knuckles down to the ground. So maybe your biceps are really squeezing into your ribs. You've still got your head of your shoulders up towards your ears. See if you can roll back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then drop them down. So really press through your knuckles. You've got this awesome space. Your shoulder is pulling back. You're opening through your pecs and chest. And then look up to the ceiling. Just breathe a couple moments here. Create a little space in your chest. As you're squeezing your elbows in, pushing down through your knuckles, maybe you start to feel your back body between your shoulder blades light up. Awesome job. Now that we've created space, release that, roll out your shoulders, shake your arms out. We'll come back into this tabletop. So go through your checklist, squeeze, twist, grip, engage. Create that length in your neck and spine. Keep trying to roll your shoulder blades down your back. Now from here, we're gonna start to wake up the belly. So think that a hand is about to come through the mat, punch you right in the stomach, right? Just brace your belly. We're not thinking full cat, we're not arching, we're keeping this really beautiful length in our spine as we just slightly engage our core. Really grip down through the mat, feel everything light up, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Back out of it. Shake your arms out. Might be like, what is going on? I'm feeling stuff I never felt before. This is crazy. I hate you. Whatever's coming up, it's cool. Just keep breathing through it, right? That's why we have our breath. Awesome. So back to table. Let's set up. We're going to move forward now into our Chaturanga. We haven't even gotten there, y'all. We're just looking at the mechanics of our arms and really getting proper alignment. So this goes for our plank pose as well. Same thing is happening. We're just getting the basic anatomy, basic muscle engagement to prepare us to move into this pose. So grip, twist, lengthen, engage your core. Now bring your awareness to this awesome alignment we have in our arms. We've got shoulder, elbow to wrist. Everything is protected and strong and rooted. Now for the sake of moving into Chaturanga, start to shift your weight forward. You've probably heard this cue 1,000 times. Now we're really seeing it. So you are shifting forward, but keep your gaze moving. Don't stay looking between your hands. We're not craning our neck back to look at our knees. We're gliding forward. So maybe even a couple inches in front of you. Now your shoulders are past your wrists. You really have to grip into your fingers for this one. We tend to maybe push back in our wrists as we push forward, but we want to keep that grip, keep that engagement as you lean. Belly is tight, gripping the mat. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Back out of it. Take your breath. Take a child's pose. Whatever you need. Just let that heat go. And when you're ready, we're going to come into our Chaturanga. Hands behind your blocks. Engage everything you've learned so far. Now we're shifting forward. Keep your gaze a couple inches in front of you. Keep your elbows squeezing into your ribs. Start to lower halfway. Now as we're lowering, we don't want our belly to drop. We don't want to think cow pose. We want to keep that integrity in our belly as we lean forward, lengthen our spine. We're going to lower halfway, so the top of our shoulders are going to meet the blocks, but pause. We don't want to round forward. Do you remember how it felt to open your chest? We want to keep our shoulders rounded back. The back of our shoulders pinched together right here, keeping everything nice and engaged. So, finally, engage your arms. Lengthen your spine, belly to your core, pulling in. Shift forward, big breath in. Now start to peel your chest open, look forward, top of your shoulders down, hold. Now as you come down, don't dump in, don't let the blocks support you. Try and keep some engagement in your arms. Just let the blocks be here to show you really how low you should go. 3, 2, 1. Press up and back, take a child's pose. So now we have this whole other part of engaging. We've got this space between our shoulder blades that's really pulling in. Maybe you've never felt that muscle engaged before and you're like, what the hell is that, right? It's awesome. We want that. We want that engagement. We want to be safe and protected to avoid hurting our shoulders, our wrists, craning our neck, anything that's not good. We want to avoid it, right? So let's start to come back up. We'll set up again, find a tabletop pose. And we're just going to take this again. So see if you can start to lean forward. Shoulders are going to slide past your wrist. Look forward, breath in. Lower halfway, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep your chest open. 3, 2, 1. Press up and back, release that. Take your child's pose here. If it feels good, you can rock your head side to side. Release the back of your arms, release your shoulders. Just start to come back to your breath. Beautiful job. So meeting back in tabletop, maybe this is as far as you go today. Maybe you have learned a new way to modify your Chaturanga so you feel safe and empowered and supported. Maybe you're ready to take it to the next step. If you are, keep your props where they are. We're just going to lift our knees now, so coming closer to that full Chaturanga form. So engage your arms, come up here to your palms, and step your feet to the back of your mat. Coming into a high plank, we're keeping that engagement in our arms. Keep pressing away, belly to your spine. Press back through your heels. Breath in, look forward, shift forward. Lower halfway, shoulders to your blocks. Big breath, hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees, take that child's pose. Releasing that heat. Noticing what's going on in your body. We'll take that one more time here with your blocks. High Chaturanga. Again, these are just here to help you know how low you should go. So we don't want to dump into our belly, our chest. We want to keep that engagement in our back, lower halfway, and have integrity in our Chaturanga. Here we go. Grip, twist, engage, lengthen, step back. Breath in, shift, look forward. Lower halfway, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Awesome job. Finally, we're going to move into a full Chaturanga to see how this looks without our props. So set your box off to the side. Find your high plank. Grip, twist, engage. Get ready. Breath in, shift forward, look forward. Lower halfway, keep that length, engage your back. 3, 2, 1. Lower down, release, come to one cheek. Awesome job. One last time. Let's really get how it feels in our bodies. So press back up to table. When you're ready, high plank. Big breath, shift forward, look forward. Squeeze lower halfway. 3, 2, 1. All the way down, come to your other cheek, let that go. It feels good. You can rock your head back and forth. Maybe windshield wiper your knees. Just letting go of all of that engagement. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll all come to meet back in a seat on our shins. And here, just roll your wrists out. It might even feel good to give yourself a little massage. Work out all of that effort your arms just put in. Bring your hands to the top of your shoulders. Just start to twist back and forth. Release your upper back. Release your shoulders. Back to center. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward. Really stretch your shoulders, your upper back, and the backs of your arms. Awesome job. I hope that you learned a new trick or a new way to engage, a new way to modify, to empower yourself to be able to come into your version of your Chaturanga wherever you are in your journey. Next video on Monday when we demo, we will be looking at how to do a full Vinyasa. So we'll be combining all of these elements of our Chaturanga and learning how to flow, whether we come down if we're modified on our knees to come to Cobra, back to down dog, or if you're up coming from high plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We'll get into all of the elements of what exactly a Vinyasa is next time we come to meet in our demo videos. But for now, continue to practice this. Get really strong. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like your favorite instructor or somebody that practices with you or anybody else. Your Chaturanga is your own. The only thing that matters is properly engaging, properly protecting yourself so that you don't injure yourself, because that defeats the whole purpose and it's no fun. So, thank you guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.